I am thrilled to have a chance to bring two of our local experts on the topic of tourism and Main Street and arts. And as Matt mentioned, we had a wonderful session in Williamson County where they really just wowed us about this topic. And so we invited Nancy Price, who is the executive director of our CVB here in Peachtree City, and Brian Wismer, who is our Main Street and downtown development director in Fayetteville, to please come and share our parallels to that. And so I'm going to lead off, Nancy, if you'll lead us off, and then we'll turn it over to Brian from there.
Thank you so much. I guess I'm going to walk around like Matt. He did a very good job of that. I was also on the bus and happy to be there. And also it was great to visit Franklin because it was a city that I was very familiar with, as my brother actually lives there. And when we visited the Historic Theater, I was very proud to see his name as one of the founding sponsors on the wall there. So that was great. Really enjoyed Franklin, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Peachtree City Convention and Visitors Bureau. It's one of the two hats that I wear, and I'll talk a little bit about the FRED as well. So to start out, let me just give you an overview of what the CVB is all about. Okay, a lot of people don't quite understand what a Convention and Visitors Bureau is. We get all kinds of comments. People say we don't need a Convention and Visitors Bureau and so forth. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to let you know a little bit more what our vision and mission is. Basically, this is our mission statement. The mission of the Peachtree City Convention Visitors Bureau is to promote awareness of Peachtree City, increase hotel utilization, very important, and support conventions, leisure travelers, and visitors while also increasing Peachtree City's visibility as a destination in the tourism industry. Okay, so who are we exactly? The Peachtree City CVB was actually founded in 2010. We were formerly Peachtree City Tourism. Some of you may be familiar with that. At the time they were Peachtree City Tourism, the functions were primarily to run the tennis center and the amphitheater. Well, you can see that that doesn't fit very well into our mission statement. So we reorganized. We are a 501c6. We do have a board of directors, and our mission became a little bit more targeted at the hotel motels, the heads and beds, as they say, and we started becoming a little bit more focused on that market. We have 7 board members, and they're comprised of tourism-related industries. We, of course, have a hotel industry representative, the Recreation Commission chairman, the Airport Authority sends a representative. We have a retail representative, a sports venue, which is currently Cannon Gate, and a Peachtree City resident with tourism-related media experience, and of course, our city council representative. I'm not going to read all this, but basically what we are in the tourism industry is we are a DMO. That is a destination marketing organization. So primarily it is up to us to market Peachtree City. We have 7 hotels in Peachtree City, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute, but they fund us. So the majority of our budget we spend on marketing initiatives of our city. Okay, this is just a little slide that is given from the State Tourism and Georgia Department of Economic Development to talk about how much money we generate here in Fayette County. So there are, this is from 2010, this data, 2,810 jobs here in the county are tourism related, for a total of $155.69 million in direct tourism spending. Sounds like a lot of money. We created $9.71 million in state tax revenues and generated $4.53 million in local tax revenues, and you can see the graph down there. So as Matt talked about, we have actually been increasing our revenues, and along with that, come the expenditures, which balance that out. I was really happy to see his chart because it showed a great increase starting about the time I took over the CVB. Now, I didn't pay him to do that, and I certainly don't take full credit for it, but it just kind of happened together, so hey, we'll go ahead. So the expenditures were up 8.9%, and each household in Fayette County pays $379.30 less in state and local taxes as a result of those funds that are created by tourism. Yeah, so hey, that's a good thing, right? And on an average day, Fayette County tourists spent $426,547. Okay, so I thought I'd go full circle and make a little comparison here to Franklin and Williamson County. They did not actually have their CVB represented, which was kind of disappointing to me, but I was able to get some information. I took just Franklin because we are the Peachtree City CVB, so I did not do all of Williamson County. So I wanted to make a direct correlation here between Peachtree City and Franklin. Our populations, as you can see, Franklin is quite a bit more. We have 7 hotels, they have 15. Okay, our current hotel motel tax is 6%. It has recently been proposed to be increased to 8%, and that was recently voted on to a 4-1 vote, so we'll see where that goes. Franklin, Tennessee, it's only 4%. However, if you look at the total tax that you get charged if you stay in Franklin, Tennessee, you will see it's quite a bit more than us because along with that 4% occupancy tax, there's also several other taxes. One is the food and beverage tax that they tack on. And then, of course, the city tax on top. So their total is 17.25. So a lot of people say, where's the tourism in Peachtree City? You know, why do we need a CVB? There's no tourism there. And so we don't actually have an aquarium. We don't have a World of Coke. We don't have that kind of thing. But what we do have is a great lifestyle and a lot of the things that Matt talked about. We do have a lot of things that attract corporate business to us, and then along with that, we've had to define what our market is because we know we don't have that thing that brings in bus loads of people to see us. So one of the things that we've done is, well, let me just give you a little background. We've got 7 hotels. As we talked about, we have a total of 837 rooms. 2 of our hotels are full conference centers, this being one of them, which I know a lot of you didn't even know that this had the facilities it does. I've heard that quite a bit. So this is a great facility as well as Wyndham. Our marketing efforts include trade shows, networking, social media, websites, including our mobile website, print, email, all the standard things that you all are doing. So approximately 25% of our budget is spent on marketing. And what is our market? It's called the Smurf market in tourism. And basically what we go after is the sports, military, education, religion, and family. And that all fits very nicely into the Peachtree City profile. Okay, so recently we decided that we needed to go after more sports tournaments, and Peachtree City Recreation Department has come full circle on that as well, along with Fayette County. And what we did is we went ahead and we formed a sports council, and that sports council is made up of individuals from without the county so that we can do a greater initiative when we're trying to attract people here. We've got a lot of facilities that we can use together. And a lot of these sports events are things that you would never think about. Cup stacking, you know, cheerleading is something we can go after. I mean, there's a lot of things. It doesn't have to be soccer or baseball or the traditional sports. Lacrosse is huge right now. But there's things out there that we're finding out that all we need is a roof and a heated or air-conditioned facility, and we can get them here. We also offer our very safe environment in Peachtree City, and the lifestyle is very attractive because if you're going to pack your children up and bring them someplace, it's great to know it's going to be safe and protected along with that. So we know that the younger groups are the ones that we want to go after because they're going to bring mom and dad and sometimes grandma and grandpa too, as well as other siblings. So we're not necessarily going after the older type sports like the 16 plus, but more like the 12 and under. We became a camera-ready community in 2010, and that's also something that we handle through our office. Matt touched on that. Film is huge right now in Georgia, and Fayette County is right up there. We are one of the counties with a lot of activity. Of course, we've got DIVA here. Hopefully it's going to be renewed. We haven't gotten the word on that yet, but that's a big thing for Peachtree City. So in order to capitalize on that, we have put together our Hollywood film tour. If anybody is interested, I brought along some brochures. We have a van that the Convention and Visitors Bureau actually purchased last year. It's a 12-passenger van. We have video that goes along with this tour. It's a lot of fun. All you need is a minimum of 5 people, or we can accommodate groups of much larger. So we work with the hotels. If they've got a group that comes in and they want to schedule a film tour, that's a little something they can do right here in Fayette County. And Sonoy, we partner with Sonoy. We know that they've got a lot of the film sites over there. We have the hotels, so that partnership works extremely well for us. And yes, we've already done about 4 or 5 tours, and we have family reunions. We've got all kinds of groups that are scheduling tours now. Last year, we came up with a new branding campaign for Peachtree City. We thought we'd capitalize, of course, on the 90 miles plus of golf cart pass. So Discover Life at 15 miles per hour is our new brand for Peachtree City, and we did all kinds of advertising to support that. And one of the things that we put together was actually a video. Some of you have seen that. And I thought we'd show it today. We put it up, I think, November of last year. And we are up to nearly 20,000 views on this YouTube video, so we're extremely proud of that. And if Virginia will help me, I think that's the last slide. We're going to take just a minute. It's not too long. Oh, cultural arts. Okay. The Fred, obviously, that's my other hat. That's a very important part of Peachtree City. We have a 2,500-seat amphitheater. When I came in 2008, the amphitheater was bleeding red quite a bit. And that was primarily because the economy took a huge dip. We were still trying to accommodate a Friday, Saturday night format, which wasn't going to make it anymore. And so we changed that format, and I'm proud to announce that the Fred is now alive and well and operating in the black and moving forward with very diverse entertainment, and we expect to do great things moving forward.